Hey Cashers, Derek here, Big Six Clan. Today we're going to take this ammo can and we're going to be building a locking puzzle inside of it. Let's get started. The other day I was searching through Pintrest looking for different types of puzzle boxes that I could build with wood or just give me some inspiration. And that's what I do many times is I'll go through inspiration on Pinterest to kind of see what I'm seeing out there. And I came across a really cool puzzle box that used like a dial locking mechanism on the top of it to lock it in there. And I'm like, well, I wonder if I could build that with using an ammo can and locking it into that. And that's what we're gonna be doing today. We're gonna be taking this ammo can and we're gonna be building a platform on the top of it so that the lock will be set in there and you can dial it in and unlock it to get into the actual logbook inside. So first thing off, I need to measure this to be able to drill the holes into the outside of the can so I can mount where that platform is gonna sit. So let's get that going. Okay, so the platform is cut out now to go into the ammo can itself, and that'll fit right onto the top. But I need to have a ledge around the inside of the ammo can where that platform will actually sit upon, and also to give it to where when you turn the knobs at the top, it'll lock into. And I'm gonna be using 1x2 for that ledge itself, and I'm gonna be running this through the router to put that groove right in there where the locking mechanism will slip in to lock that platform from coming up. All right, so now the 1x2s are routed very nicely, and now I'm gonna come in and drill the holes into the ammo can so that I can get these 1x2s mounted inside the ammo can, getting ready for that platform. All right, so now I have the 1x2s mounted in here. And when I was putting the 1x2s in here, I was putting a little bit of silicone right around the bolt on the outside to kind of keep that seal so there's not the moisture going into this ammo can like a typical ammo can with being sealed. Then I also went ahead and cut the platform just a little bit so I could put the hinge in there so when this goes in, it'll have that hinge to where it'll come up for when it's ready to be found. Now, we're gonna start working on the locks, and we're gonna do 4 locks that's gonna go onto the top that they have to figure out. So the first part of making the locking mechanism or the combination lock for this is I've made these discs. Now I've made 8 of these discs, 1 to go on the top and 1 to go on the bottom. The one on the top is gonna have the number or cipher or something that you're gonna have to figure out how to open it up. Now the one on the bottom, the difference between it is that it actually has a smooth side on it. Now how that is gonna work is that when it's locked, round side is gonna be underneath there, and when you turn it, that flat side will be what unlocks it so it'll actually lift up. So now the next part is I'm gonna be taking a dowel rod and threading it and getting it lined up to the correct depth to the groove here to start being able to lock it in there and then drill the holes into the platform to get it to line up for that lock. So I have 3 of the locking mechanisms on here now. As you can see, there's the dial right here, and then the bottom has the flat edge and then the round edge so I can turn it here. Now let me show you what it takes to put one of these together. All right, so it takes put the dowel rod, and then I put a washer on the end of it so that it doesn't slide out any further. Okay, and then it takes 5 washers on the inside. So once I get those 5 washers in, then I put it in the hole, take another washer, put it on top, and then slide that last one right in there. And that makes all 4 of the locking mechanisms. Now, I also have a piece here that is just kind of a spare, and I make sure that slides nice and smooth in there. See if there needs to be any adjustments to it. That seems pretty good. Now, final step is to mount this into the ammo can and make sure that it's ready to go. All right, so now it's all into place. Now, before I go any further, yes, I know I didn't glue everything into place yet, and there's no other hash marks, but where would be the fun in that if I showed you the actual answer as I made it? But this gives you the prototype of what it's gonna look like. So I've also added a little knob here on the front so you can grab that instead of pulling from here. But once you slide in the actual combination, right now I just have hash marks on the knobs itself to get it to where it lines up. You lift up and you're in to the logbook. There is my internal lock mechanism for an ammo can. Now, hey, I want to know if you found something like this before out in the wild. If so, leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you got any other tips that might help make this even better. Now, before I put it out in the wild, I am going to stain it and going to do probably a field puzzle on here to actually figure out what the combination is. So, but thank you for joining me. Hey, don't go anywhere. Check out one of these other videos just right over here and check out the story behind the cache.